I've been asked, what will the stock be worth? Now, recent stock market volatility has raised a number of questions about the value of the stock being placed into the trust. However, a substantial margin of safety was built into the agreement negotiated with PG&E. First, the amount of the stock being placed into the trust is based on an evaluation meaningfully below the fair value of the major utilities. So we were conservative. Second, since PG&E is an electric utility with predictable earnings, the stock has meaningful room for increase in value as PG&E's earnings grow after bankruptcy. Third, and importantly, the stock in the trust does not need to all be sold immediately or all at once. As victims are paid, the stock will be sold into the market to raise funds needed to pay victims. My estimate is that stock will be held at least 180 days and then liquidated in early 2021 as it's needed to pay claims. Fourth, the trust has hired a major investment bank, Houlihan Lokey, to ensure that the value of the shares are maximized. Likewise, the Tort Claims Committee has hired Mark Cohen from the Royal Bank of Canada to ensure that the value of the shares are maximized. Next, the stock will be funded based on the effective date, which is shortly after it comes out of bankruptcy. And all that stock goes to the trustee. The trustee will use investment banking professionals like Houlihan Lokey or RBC to advise him on selling the stock. Because obviously, if you sell several hundred million shares in a single day, you would tank the stock value. So they'll have Wall Street experts advise them when to sell. Secondly, the trustee does not have to liquidate the stock immediately as there's already cash on hand. That was specifically designed. And there will be shareholder rights agreements being negotiated this week that may place limits on how soon or how much of the stock can be sold so as to prevent a devaluation of the stock. But lastly, let me just tell you, I'm not a licensed investment advisor. Let me give you that disclaimer. The fire victim settlement with PG&E has been estimated to be worth $13.5 billion, but it could be worth more, it could be worth less. Half of the value of PG&E stock based on a formula to determine the number of shares. When the trust is funded, the stock may be worth more than $6.75 billion, or it may be worth less than $6.75 billion on that day. And when the trust sells shares thereafter, it will either increase or decrease that value, which is why we're hiring the investment bankers. There are also claims assigned by PG&E for the trust to pursue against the tree trimmers and the PG&E corporate officers. If successful, these claims will add value to the trust. That's why the settlement's often referred to as $13.5 billion. The actual value will likely be different. Again, we're not investment advisors. You can hire a licensed investment advisor if you want that kind of advice, but we don't give clients advice about the stock market in general or PG&E stock in particular. For more information about what the stock's going to be worth, go to our website, www.firesettlementfacts.com.